Have you ever had one of those days when your mind just refuses to be still? Thoughts keep rushing in. You replay old mistakes again and again, like a broken record. Or you fast forward into the future, worrying about what might happen, what could go wrong. I know that feeling very well, and maybe you do too. That is why, today, I want to tell you a story. It's not loud or dramatic. It's a quiet story. A story about learning how to empty your mind and how powerful that can be. It's about a girl named Mira and the truth she discovered from a bowl of water. If you want the PDF to practice and review today's vocabulary and exercises, leave a comment saying the power of the present moment, and I will send it to you. And now, let's begin today's story. In a bustling city filled with tall glass buildings and crowded streets, there lived a woman named Mira. Mira is 30 years old. She lives in a huge, bustling metropolitan city. Every day begins before the sun rises and often ends long after midnight. She is always on the move, rushing to catch the train, replying to endless notifications, pushing through traffic, jumping from one deadline to the next. It feels as if the world never gives her a chance to pause. From the outside, people admire her. They see a capable young woman, hardworking, ambitious, someone who seems to have it all together. But on the inside, Mira feels restless. Her thoughts never stop. She replays old mistakes in her head. She imagines problems that haven't even happened yet. At night, she stares at the ceiling, unable to sleep, her mind spinning faster than the city itself. And slowly, she forgets what calm even feels like. The joy of sitting quietly, the peace of breathing without hurry, the simple comfort of silence. Her mind was like a city that never sleeps, filled with neon lights, endless motion, and the constant noise of traffic. Always busy, always loud, never resting. One day, in the middle of her restless routine, Mira hears about a man people in the city used to talk about with deep respect. He was once a successful therapist, known for guiding countless people through their struggles. But years ago, he walked away from it all. He left the city, the noise, the endless pressure, and chose a quieter life in a rural village. No one fully understood why he made that choice. Some said he grew tired of the city's chaos. Others whispered that he had discovered something deeper, something more valuable than success itself. When Mira first heard about him, she felt an unexpected pull. It was like a soft whisper inside her heart saying, "Maybe he knows something I don't. Maybe he can help me." For days, the thought stayed with her. While answering emails, while rushing through traffic, even in the late hours when she lay awake, the whisper returned. Finally, one morning, Mira decided she could no longer ignore it. She packed a small bag, turned off her phone, and stepped away from the routine that had consumed her life for so long. The journey to the village was quiet. Tall buildings slowly disappeared, replaced by open fields. The sound of honking cars gave way to the gentle rustle of leaves, the songs of birds, and the steady rhythm of her own footsteps. With every mile, Mira felt the weight inside her begin to shift. She didn't know what answers she would find, but for the first time in years, she felt a spark of hope. After a long journey, Mira finally arrived at the quiet village. She found the wise man sitting calmly on a wooden bench beneath a wide old tree. The air was still. The sound of leaves brushing in the wind felt almost like a welcome. After greeting her, he invited her to his small house. Mira sat down across from him and shared everything. Her racing thoughts, her sleepless nights, her restlessness that no achievement could ease. The wise man listened patiently, his face calm, his eyes kind. When she finished, he smiled and said softly, "I will give you a simple task. If you can complete it, you might find your answer." He reached behind him and returned with a bowl of water, filled right up to the edge, so full that it seemed a single step could spill it. Handing it to Mira, he said, "Walk once around the entire village. But there is one condition: do not let a single drop fall." Mira stared at the bowl in surprise. A task so simple, yet so strangely difficult. She hesitated, then slowly nodded. "I'll try." With both hands, she lifted the bowl and began to walk. Every step became careful, measured, almost heavy. Her eyes never left the water's surface. Children ran by, laughing. She didn't see them. Neighbors waved, but she barely noticed. Even the dogs barking at her heels went unheard. All she could think of was the bowl, and keeping the water perfectly still. When Mira finally returned, the bowl of water still full in her hands. The wise man looked at her gently and asked, "Tell me, Mira, did you notice the children playing by the road? Did you see the bright colors of the trees or hear the songs of the birds? Did you feel the life of the village around you?" Mira paused, realizing the truth. She shook her head slowly. "No, I didn't notice any of that. All I saw was the water. All I thought about was keeping it steady." The wise man's lips curved into a calm smile. "That," he said, "is the power of presence. When your mind is completely here, in this very moment, there is no room for the noise of yesterday or the worries of tomorrow." He leaned back, his voice soft but clear. "You were peaceful, not because the world was quiet, but because your mind was. Peace doesn't come from controlling life around you. It comes from learning how to be fully present with it." Mira looked down at the bowl in her hands, and for the first time, she understood. The calm she had been chasing wasn't somewhere out there. It had been waiting inside her all along. In that moment, Mira understood something she had been searching for all her life. Peace isn't a destination. It isn't a place you run to when the noise gets too loud. It isn't hidden in success or buried in the future. Peace is a state of being. It begins the moment you return to yourself, the moment you anchor your attention in the present. With deep gratitude, Mira bowed to the wise man. She whispered, "Thank you," and began her walk back through the village. This time, she carried no bowl in her hands, and yet her heart felt lighter than ever before. She noticed the warm sunlight resting gently on her skin. She heard the laughter of children chasing one another down the narrow streets. She smiled at the vibrant green of the trees swaying in the breeze. For the first time in years, Mira wasn't lost in her thoughts. She wasn't trapped in yesterday, and she wasn't rushing toward tomorrow. She was simply here, walking slowly, breathing deeply, living fully with a quiet heart. And so, Mira's journey reminds us of something simple, yet powerful. Sometimes, peace is not about controlling the chaos around us. It's about gently returning to the moment we're in. The noise of life will always be there. The deadlines, the worries, the endless thoughts. But just like Mira with her bowl of water, we can choose to hold our attention steady, to give ourselves space, and to notice what is here right now.